This is a podcast from the Angel News Network with author Joel Anastasi interviewing Archangel Uriel as channeled by Philip Elton Collins.
Greetings, beloved humans. We come to you from the archangelic realm of Uriel. We are the planetary protectors. We're here to assist you in not destroying yourself. We shall not allow the destruction of the planet, since it has a divine purpose of mastering love. Dear ones, in your vernacular, all of you called the black sheep, the indigo children, the outcast, the star seed, the loner, you are the chosen ones. This old and new year review is especially for you. 2024 is the number 8, the divine feminine. It is time to balance the masculine and the feminine energies to change society's structure. All of the planets are destined to return to the light from whence they came. That includes Earth. You are a part of something grand, the ascension of the planet and humanity. As many of you know, this planet has been within an ascension process for quite some time. What exactly does that mean? It means to raise the frequency of the planet and those upon and within it to a higher vibration. The planet's electromagnetic force field is taking care of the planet itself. The poles will shift. More climate change will come in addition to human behavior. What you are experiencing is a combination of human and planetary evolution. For humans who once chose to ascend, you can do it through a personal process now. From the densest frequency within the universal plane, through a self-examination, you can raise your vibration to a level that allows you to move beyond the frequency, and along with the planet ascend. You experience reality through something called the relationship with self. Please remember, the planet can and will ascend with or without humanity. Those who choose to stay put through their free will and choice will finish their soul journey elsewhere, but not on this particular planet. The truth is that you are a star realm reality in which conscious portals can take you anywhere through your emotions and thoughts. All of this is tied in what is called the concept of ascension, which in effect is a dimensional shift. Ascension is impossible without change, and those who cannot change will not ascend at this time. This planet is destined to become what you would call a star that will have its long life and then explode to start the ascension process all over again, dear ones, all over again. This process will never end. It never stops. There have been many advanced civilizations on this planet, far beyond your abilities now. They completed their soul plan to assist the evolution of this planet. Now you are seeing that sometimes you have to move backwards to go forwards. Ascension, evolution, is not always a straight line. It is a spiral, dear ones. A duality warring gene was mutated, altered into you long ago by other advanced civilizations. And the activation of your spiritual DNA at this time will heal that. Now, back to the present moment. All that needs for you to choose to ascend are being cleared now. There are many players on this stage. There are players upon this stage of this planet, and their soul plans will lead them. There can be much more upheaval if needed. Remember, there is no right or wrong, good or bad. The soul can handle whatever you call good or evil. It's all divine, dear ones. On some higher realm order, you're all creating what is happening. You have always been the creator creating. You are what you call God experiencing itself. This is how magnificent you are. God is not a personification. God is you. This is the New Year mystery revealed once again. Let go and trust yourself being the creator, creating exactly what you need. The universe and reality exist as you know it as the result of human consciousness. If you so choose, do not get drawn into the drama taking place on your planet. Stay away from the wars and the political trauma. It does not have to be your fight. You will only get involved in it as part of your soul plan, karma, or choices you make. Those who choose revenge, hatred, and separation can only hinder their ascension. There is much duality taking place now. You can choose unity. There is much hatred. You can choose love and inclusion. This is your ticket upward. Remember, all the choices you make are the tools to your ascension. There are more of you than ever before on the surface of this planet to be a part of the great ascension process. The entire universe is watching and supporting you, dear ones. The unseen world wants you to succeed in your ascension. Even if you don't do it now, it will be done later. There is nowhere else to go but up. Your new year, 2024, can continue to remind you of the tools that we have given you for your ascension. Do you want to choose to apply them at this time? These tools, such as your personal process, the I Am Presence, which you already know, and continue to connect with we in the higher realms and heed our counsel. This is why we come to you, to assist you without telling you what to do. We have you unconditionally. We have been loving you unconditionally for a long time. We wish you to do the same with one another. It is the only way out of the density. Remember, you came from light and shall return to it, one way or another. It is time, if you so choose, for you to know your true history to be known. Your sciences are beginning to reveal much of your past history, to know you are not alone in the universe. All this will be a game changer and allow new choices to be made, like love and unity. After all, you are diversified versions of one another from the same source. Choose a new year that includes the new loving you reflected into the world and universe. There is a higher realm explanation for everything, dear ones. Ask and you shall receive. We leave you with these additional thoughts to ponder. What did you learn in the past year now? And how do you want to reveal it to yourself at this time? Please do not base your life on what you see in the world today. Please do not allow the world to distract you from your higher self. Does your life now reflect your soul plan, your reason to be here? Do you know your soul plan? We have given you all the necessary teachings to know. Can you take responsibility for everything in your life, since you are the creator creating it? When things appear to be falling apart, that is the way the pieces can reassemble and create a new reality. Can you, in this new year, create the best rendition of yourself? We have given you the tools. Are you ready to apply them? How may we help you further at this time, dear ones?
Dear Archangel Uriel, thank you for that beautiful introduction. My advice to anybody listening to this would be to just simply listen several times to what you said. You just about covered the whole picture, all the ground.
We hope so, dear one. That is our intention.
However, I do want to focus on a couple of things you said. Of course, I'm writing, taking notes furiously as you are speaking. And your advice right away, I turned on the television this morning just to hear what the overview, what was going on in the world. And needless to say, it was drama, it was conflict, separation, killing, war. And your advice was don't get sucked into the drama, and you focused on our key responsibility, which is to raise our vibration and to focus on unity, love, and inclusion. That's a large part of your message, isn't it?
Exactly, dear one. That is the message. It is the only way. You cannot be distracted by the folly of the 3D. Remember, dear ones, it is actually an illusion.
Uriel, I do want to ask a couple of questions because your first comments intrigued me because I've worked so much with the Mary energies, and you mentioned that 2024 equals 8, and you referred to the divine feminine. The 8 represents the divine feminine, and the other higher realms have talked about the fact that that America was to be the light of the world, to bring peace, love, equality, harmony, and balance to the world, and that would be led in America by the feminine energies. So I'm just wondering, could you expand a little bit about the significance of the feminine energies and the number 8 for 2024?
It's an opportunity. And if you so choose, there are forces within creation coming into the planet at this time will make that accessible to you like never before. It is simply up to you being ready to apply it. Do you understand?
When you talk about the forces of creation, just tell us a little more about that. What kind of help are we
the
getting?
electromagnetic field of the planet herself. It is the energy coming in from the star realms that seeded the planet, and that is 12 systems that you are aware of. All of these are joining together to support the ascension process, which in year 2012 began in a 2,000-year cycle. So in your vernacular, you are thoroughly in the middle of it, the ascension process itself.
So
Does that help you?
Yes, you in your comments, you counseled us to raise our vibration through our own personal process, focusing on peace, love, equality, harmony, and balance. And you're saying that we're getting a lot of assistance from the higher realms through the higher vibrational energies coming into the earth plane.
Exactly. It's another opportunity, unlike ever before, to assist you. It's being sped up. It's being supported energetically in a forthright way. It's a matter of you assimilating it, knowing it, not just believing it, knowing it, and applying it within you in your personal process, and the tools such as the I Am Presence and the Violet Flame and many other tools, which we have been teaching you ad nauseum for years, to apply those to the process.
You mentioned
it's going to happen whether you as humans decide to be part of it or not. It's an independent variable that is taking place planetarily.
You know, much of mankind, including me, are focused on the things that are separating us, which we mentioned earlier. This is an election year in the United States, 2024, and the press is constantly talking about the divisions of America, and of course we're seeing the divisions between democracy and autocracy around the world, in the Ukrainian war and the conflict between Hamas and Israel. And yet you said that the obstacles to ascension are being cleared now. Are all the things I just referred to part of the clearing process?
Exactly. That is part of the clearing process. It's part of the clearing process, but in a way doesn't affect the process at all, is the conundrum. The process is going to take place independent of the behavior of humanity. Remember, the warring gene, the separation gene, was put in you originally when you were genetically altered with the beginning of what you call humanity by other advanced civilizations. They were advanced, but they were warring, and they often lived in separation. That was transported into your genetic makeup. Now, with the ascension process and the energy coming in to help you, activating your spiritual DNA, what your scientists call junk DNA, that is another tool to assist you in the process by the activation of your spiritual DNA. That cannot be altered by anyone or anything. That is a part of your eternal spiritual makeup, which can never die and never be altered by anyone, particularly in advanced civilization. What's missing in the history of the United States and the world at large is the fact that there have been many advanced civilizations for hundreds of millions of years on this planet. Your scientists are beginning to unearth through more technology the existence of these civilizations and how advanced they truly were, much more advanced than you are at present. As all of this comes together, it will be a game changer in your consciousness.
It is true that it's interesting, the establishment of science and the establishments of governments continue not to acknowledge what you've just said, that there are plenty signs of earlier civilizations that were very advanced, but we don't seem to acknowledge it. Just one fact all by itself is that they uncover constructions composed of stones that are in perfect alignment that are like 200 ton. And the idea that slaves would have put them together in perfect alignment, of course, makes no sense whatsoever. It suggests that there were advanced civilizations that were here before, plus many other things.
To acknowledge it by those individuals and governments reduces their ability to control you. Do you understand?
Yes.
The idea that there are other civilizations, not only on this planet, but beyond it, would dramatically affect your leaders who have another agenda. It is often to control through manipulation and separation.
Well,
that is what's preventing the truth from coming forward. It will require the truth coming in from another angle in your vernacular. And that is in process as a part of the ascension process of the planet, that these new informations will soon become commonplace, and that will help assist the ascension of humanity and the planet and be a game changer.
Well, I saw evidence of that very thing. I was in the hospital for 5 days, and the only channel I was watching that I found interesting was the History Channel, and I was really amazed at how many documentary features were focusing on all of the evidence around the world, in the land and in the oceans, pointing to the very thing you're talking about earlier previous advanced civilizations. So the public is being exposed to it gradually, as you've outlined.
Your history is being dismantled, dear one. It's being dismantled with the truth that this planet has always been a sanctuary for the. That is so important, that many civilizations came here prior to the present one to be a part of that process of mastering love, of being love, which is the building block of all of humanity.
Well, bringing our conversation back as we move to the close of what we as individuals can do, you said that our primary responsibility is to raise our vibrations through our personal process, and we can do this by focusing on peace, love, equality, harmony, and balance. Could you make a statement about that just to bring it all to a close?
Remember, humanity experiences reality through something called the self. The relationship with self is why we dwell upon the personal process. The concept of self allows you to have a reality within the 3D world. So by working on self, the relationship with self, that's the tool to raise your vibration through your consciousness and thus allow you to achieve a dimensional shift into a higher frequency. Does that help you?
Yes, just adding to what Archangel Michael, of course, when we work with Michael, it's about the personal process. And excuse me, he's made the important teaching that unless we can love, honor, and value ourselves, we cannot love, honor, and value others. So the personal relationship with ourselves is fundamental to the whole idea of mankind coming together in unity and love.
But it's important to define self, and why Archangel Michael focuses upon this. Self is the way humanity has chosen to experience itself and reality. So that is why the personal process, through the concept of self, is so vital and essential. Do you understand?
Yes. Well, Uriel, I want to thank you for coming together to launch our new year of 2024. Is there anything you would add to the wisdom you've already given us?
Remember, everything is divine order. In your vernacular, try not to get sucked into the drama. It doesn't have to be your fight, as we have said before so many times. It can be an individual process. As we said earlier, the black sheep, the loner, the starseed child, the indigo child, all of those who have felt that they are less than can actually, through their individuated processes, be a vital component in the ascension process through their individuated consciousness and moving that out into a collective consciousness. So know all is in divine order. Try not to be a part so dramatically of the dramatic things that are going on to the world. It only lends them to live. If you simply choose through your free will and choice not to be a part of that, you will find your task much simpler and much easier, which it was always intended to be.
Thank you, Uriel.
You're welcome, dear ones. Happy New Year to all.
Thank you.